Listen, you guys love to say that I don't talk about movies that I enjoy. Well, now you guys get to see what happens when something worms its way into my brain hole, and how I'm gonna make it your problem as well. That's it, that's my intro. Hey, I'm Amanda, you're watching Swell Entertainment, and today we are talking about K-pop Demon Hunters, or Netflix, once again, has destroyed my brain with music. Yes, I know, in this video you can hear every time I tap the desk. You could also hear it in the last video. I was using my travel mic because this mic decided to stop working and I had to film and I was getting irritated. So apologies for that. This is the last video with it. If you can't stand it, I understand. Last time we did this, it was Julie and the Phantoms, and we know how that turned out. Not good. I'm still upset, which is why I am making this video. But really quick, let me tell you about the sponsor for today's video, Squarespace. I understand in the age of social media, you may not think that you need a website for your business, but trust me, you're going to want a homepage. And Squarespace is the all-in-one website design platform to help you stand out and succeed online. If you don't know where to start, Squarespace has a ton of incredible templates, and with cutting-edge design, you can customize any part to fit the needs of your business. They make it super easy to launch your online store, revamp your online store, and start offering services and paid digital products. And with their intuitive built-in analytics tool, you can find exactly where you need to put your focus. Go to squarespace.com to get started on a free trial, but when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/swellentertainment to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. And thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. This movie has been out for a week and a half now. Normally, when I cover a movie that's come to streaming for a review, positive, negative, otherwise, I don't like waiting long to do a review. This video won't come out till like 2 weeks after the movie's been out, okay? I never like waiting that long when it comes to streaming because everyone's already talked about it. However, I'm talking about this not because I want to get a review out and because I think it's going to like do super well in the algorithm or anything like that. No, I'm doing this solely because there is a fraction of my audience or a large chunk of you that have not watched this movie yet, and I'm going to make you watch it. Don't expect a normal review here. This is just going to be me raving about this movie and little things that I kind of want to see in the sequels. Okay, and because I need 80 million of these movies, okay? I need a spin-off TV show. I want it to be like the Ninja Turtles. You guys know I love my Ninja Turtles, okay? Where like every couple of years they put out a new show and they're like, that kind of fizzled out and died. Let's try again. That's kind of what I want with K-pop Demon Hunters. And with the lore that we've gotten so far, we can have that, but I need all of you to lock in. It's number 2 right now on Netflix at the time of me recording this. No. Unacceptable. It was number 1. We need it back to number 1. I'm assuming the poop cruise thing, which I straight up refuse. The only time I'm able to relax ever is on the ocean. I like a cruise, okay? I cannot watch the poop cruise doc. I just can't do it. I do think it will ruin cruising for me and I will not allow it. So therefore, you should go watch K-pop Demon Hunters so that it's ranked higher. And therefore, K-pop Demon Hunters, okay? Okay. You guys know I'm not even a K-pop fan like that. We talked about this when I did K-Con last year. I subscribe to the fangirl creed, which is always have a healthy amount of fear and respect for the K-pop fans, okay? Don't mess with them. Let them be, okay? They are scary sometimes. And now K-pop Demon Hunters has come along, and now I'm just kind of realizing that they're all doing this way because they are being controlled by either demons or hunters to save the Hanmoon or destroy the Hanmoon. I also really wanted to make this movie because I saw another animated movie that came out recently that a lot of people are pissed off about how much lack of coverage there is. Elio. I saw Elio. Elio was a new Pixar movie that just came out in theaters, and I went and saw it in theaters. I had no real desire to see this movie in any capacity. Meanwhile, K-pop Demon Hunters, I'm genuinely annoyed it wasn't in theaters. I'm annoyed I had to watch it on my couch, actually. I do think that seeing this in a theater, Netflix, I think you gotta do a theatrical run. I'm in LA, just do it here. Do it anywhere. I don't care. I don't even need to be there, but I do think a theatrical run, a rowdy screening where everyone can do sing-along screenings, I do think would go crazy, and I think you would make an obscene amount of money if you did it properly. Just saying. A few of you asked me to talk about Elio in relation to K-pop Demon Hunters because I've been making K-pop Demon Hunters content on TikTok and the like, and I mentioned also on TikTok that I had seen Elio, and people were like, why don't you talk about how one's getting attention and one's not? These two things, aside from the fact that they are both made via animation, I do not think are comparable. I really don't, okay? I'm a 27-year-old woman. Of course I'm gonna like K-pop Demon Hunters than the movie about the boy who thinks that he should be abducted by aliens, and I'm a little freak. I love an alien movie. I should have liked Elio more than I did. I just didn't. It was fine. It was cute. I would show it to my cousins. That's kind of where I'm at. It was not something where I'm like, I need to watch this. And it definitely did not fill me with the same amount of joy and let's fucking go that K-pop Demon Hunters did. Okay. So to compare these two, I don't think they are comparable aside from the fact that they are both animated. I think that's really it. I really don't think that this argument is the one that you should be making. One got the theatrical release that I think that the other should have got. One is performing horribly at the box office. And again, that's fine. That movie's not for me. I don't need to sit here and rave about it because that one's not for me. K-pop Demon Hunters is also technically not really for me. However, every little girl grew up wanting to kick butt but also be an international pop star. Of course they're gonna love Huntrix. Elio's cute. It's also high-key very scary. I genuinely was like, this is a horror movie. That's gore. What are we doing? Multiple times. My baby cousins would like it more than I did. Think of Coraline, okay? Kids are like, oh, cool. And then adults are like, I'm sorry. Buttons? Pardon? Kind of the same thing. There are some sequences in Elio where I was genuinely disturbed that I was watching that on my screen. A bunch of my friends went to the premiere because a lot of them are science creators and stuff, and they invited a bunch of science creators to the movie premiere and stuff. Very cute. They loved it. They were like, I cried. Yeah, that's really cute. I was still so disturbed by the gore that was happening simultaneously. The only reason I think people are talking about these simultaneously is because these things came out at around the same time, okay? However, one is Pixar, one is Netflix and Sony. One, I think, not to say that Elio is not a passion project, but I mean, I have not seen, aside from the standard like marketing of Elio that I got, a few videos here and there. I honestly thought it came out months ago. I did not think it was coming out this year. Some people were like, oh, it was originally supposed to come out in 2023. I'm not talking about that. I thought it came out earlier this year, okay? And that it was a direct to Disney Plus release is honestly what I thought was going to be happening. Instead, what it was is it got theatrical release. Meanwhile, K-pop Demon Hunters, because I exist on the internet and I exist in K-media spaces and anime spaces and things of that nature, like, of course, this was going to be served to me a lot more. Even though I did get ads for Elio, I was just not compelled by any of those ads. And that's okay. We are allowed to admit ads are not compelling to us. I have zero desire to see this movie. It just didn't look like anything that was going to particularly appeal to me. I'll never forget the first real ad that I saw for K-pop Demon Hunters was actually a couple of weeks ago, really not that long ago, I would say. And it was a tweet that people were like posting. It's a sequence from the movie, but they tweaked it so that it was like the girls announcing their trailer was dropping the next day for K-pop Demon Hunters, like the actual trailer for the movie. It was like literally a sequence in the movie where it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna relax, like 3 weeks of couch, like we're gonna chill. And then, you know, it's like, why are you in your costume? Wait, it's the trailer. Like it was really cute. And I was like, that alone, adorable. Okay. And then I was like, I'm intrigued. And then of course they have the reveal in the trailer of a demon boy band coming up to be the villains. Locked in. Demon boy band, hilarious, incredible. Now they're doing more marketing with K-pop Demon Hunters. And so much of the marketing that I don't think is like, it's not even like traditional marketing. It's that the people that have been making K-pop Demon Hunters have been working on it for 9 years. And so a lot of them are sharing like their references. A lot of them are sharing their storyboard designs, things that got scrapped. Like they're sharing these characters that they clearly love and adore. All of the voice actors, everyone is sharing songs, everyone is sharing their lines, different scenes that they're in. Like there's a lot of like homegrown social media marketing from the people that made this movie that I think is adding to the fandom of it all. And also, you can't beat something being used as a TikTok sound. You just can't currently. K-pop Demon Hunters is incredibly catchy. Even the songs that are kind of supposed to be a little stupid. Incredibly catchy. That's kind of the whole point. I argue that Elio is being buried, but they spent apparently a ton of money on marketing. A lot of people are like, no, I got all these ads. I just didn't want to see this movie. Also, we could look at the reality that if things were in theaters for K-pop Demon Hunters, it wouldn't have the same reaction to it being widely available on Netflix. It could be that. Who knows? The reality is, though, as I think that this is a flawed argument about like, see what happens when you market something, because so much of the marketing I think is homegrown. Anyways, K-pop Demon Hunters, let's talk about Huntrix, my beloveds, my queens. I'm going to go through a couple of beats of the plot, but I'm not going to do my normal, like, we are reviewing the whole thing as a whole, because I want to make you watch this movie, not just this video on this movie, because like I said, I need 80 million more of these movies. Most of my criticisms of this movie is, one, it was a movie and not a show. I do think a show would have been really great, but if we can use this movie as momentum to get 18 seasons of a show, that'd be really cool. Also, I know how Netflix works with their track record with shows. I think it would have been canceled after one season and I would become a detriment to society. Okay, so movie, the move. Okay, Sony, I expect you to not let Netflix ruin this. I'll take back every negative thing I've ever said to you about Spider-Man. If you do not allow them to bury K-pop Demon Hunters, okay? Okay. So basically long ago, demons terrorized humans all the time. And then the hunters came. Every generation, there's a new group of hunters. And they are bad bitches saving the world with their songs and their fighting prowess. They created the Han Moon with the power of love from their songs, for their songs, from their fans. Basically, the Hanmoon is like literally like a blanket that goes over everything, separating the human world from the demon realm. This is the thing that I don't think was clear, because they're to keep talking about, we need to turn the Hanmoon gold. Okay, the Hanmoon is not gold. It's kind of like a blue. It like fluctuates colors the entire movie. Okay, but the Hanmoon is powered by their songs, by the love of their fans and things like that. Okay, and so as they rise in popularity, all of the musical groups, the Hanmoon gets strengthened because fandom feeds the power of the Hanmoon and gives the hunters more power to power the Hanmoon and protect the Hanmoon. The Hanmoon does not need to turn gold every year. I don't know if the Hanmoon has ever turned gold, is what it sounds like, because some people were speculating about that. I don't know if the Hanmoon's ever turned gold. However, I do think that it could be a possibility. This is like potential like allegory for like how music reflects like different things happening in the world, like different like political and social like crises, basically. Like currently in the modern day, of course, things kind of suck right now. So of course, the Hanmoon's not going to be gold right now. It just straight up is not. Okay. So the idea of like, yes, we need to constantly be trying to turn the Hanmoon gold because we have to constantly be responding to like the overall like mood of the populace. Like there's just things that are going to change. And then obviously like they show them through different generations and different eras. So like different technology strains and things like that, like historical, and then like to like the 70s and the 90s and all this stuff. Like it's really cool. I really like how they did it. Okay. But of course, like there's going to be different things. Like there's different wars, there's different, you know, like political stuff. Like I do think that that's kind of what it was. The movie opens with that and explaining what the Hanmoon is and that the girls have to like train and all this stuff. But they are already hunters. They have been hunters, okay? And we then get an intro for all of the different girls in the group because they are about to drop down into their concert before they go on a little hiatus, okay? Because they've just been touring so much. And so we find out about Mira, Zoe, and Roomie. Mira is the dancer and was like the Black Sheep of her family. She's like the moody one. I'm obsessed with her, okay? Zoe is the lyricist and rapper and the cutesy one and also a little freak. I say that complimentary. Roomie is the lead vocalist. The group was made around her. Celine is the one who raised her, and Celine was in the last Hunter group with Roomie's mom. But Roomie's mom passed away when she was a baby, and so Celine raised her and built the group around her. Do you see where this is going? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Roomie is the lead vocalist. Then we are introduced to Bobby. I don't know if they knew that everyone was gonna love Bobby when like the Saja boys are in this movie as well, but Bobby is their manager and he loves these girls. I have also decided that he totally knows about demons. And he totally knows these girls are hunters. And he has just decided that that's not his problem. His problem is making sure his girls are taken properly care of and that they are doing their best and making sure that they can perform to their highest ability and perform in the way that he knows that they can. I have decided that because he just knows that the girls try so hard to keep it a secret from him and he doesn't want to give anything else on their plate. They work so hard. But yeah, no, there's fan art of Bobby. People love him. The fan art element of this movie is actually crazy. Like Twitter is like, if you search K-pop Demon Hunters and just scroll on Twitter, it's crazy. So Bobby is like, okay, everything's good. Everything's good. Wait, where are the girls? Call the girls. They are still on their private jet trying to get to the venue. And they realize, because they're like pigging out before, the show starts. They realize that they're flying over and they're like, oh, I see what's happening. Bobby will call you back. Boom. The entire crew of the plane, bunch of demons. And now they have to deal with this. So we then get the first musical number called How It's Done. And it's so good. They all have different weapons. Okay, I do not know the names of all of these. Roomie's got a sword. Zoe's got these like fans / like throwing knife things. Super sick. Mira's got a staff with a sword on it with like a big blade that's almost like an axe, but it's not. There's a name for it. I don't know what it is. It's powered by the Hanmoon, so they don't need to have their weapons with them. They literally just like pick it up from the Hanmoon. It's so sick. Zoe is like walking and she just like swipes her hand over a table where the strings are for the Hanmoon and just like, it's so good. The demons are also kind of stupid. They don't know how to deal with humans like whatsoever. Like they don't function well in the human realm. So they're clearly coming to just use the girls to get to their fans because they're going to eat their fans. Which the girls are like, absolutely not. Like one of the demons, the reason they clock it is that she's watering a plant with coffee. They start fighting them. It's super sick. They work in such good harmony. It's so good. Although I will say my favorite fighting scene for the girls, where you just see how well they work together truly, is the bathhouse scene. It's so good. It's so well done. Even with like how jarring it is for all of them, the way Roomie just like jumps in and just like immediately they clear out the bathhouse of all the demons. Super fucking sick. And the way they're like using each other's weapons as like slingshots to like slingshot each other around. There was something, listen, it was really cool. It was really good, and I liked it a lot. I am a very simple person. I like women that could maybe beat me up. That's super sick. The plane gets destroyed. They're eating ramen, and then they dive down. It's so sick, okay? And they perform the rest of the song. And my favorite trend from this movie so far has been tweet like you're in K-pop Hunter Demons reality, basically. Like tweet like you're a fandom person on Twitter in this time. And people are like, the girls performed half the song outside of the stadium and then like parachuted in and then the concert ended. What the fuck was that? As they are performing this song on stage, Roomie is clocking that some of the Han moon is like shimmering gold. So they're so close to turning it gold. And once they turn it gold, it permanently seals the demons out, which tells me the Han moon has never been gold. I think they never succeeded in turning it gold previously, which is why the girls are like, we have finally done this, which would be super sick to see that they could do it during the social media age. I do think there's something cool there. And again, that's why I think there could be more with the show with the spinoff of all the other hunters. I'm just saying like, oh, we just can't get enough people to listen to us. That's the problem. Now, everyone can listen to us with the power of TikTok and K-pop. That leads to Roomie being like, we actually shouldn't take a break. We should just release Golden. They literally released Golden. It's called Golden. It is so goddamn good. Go listen to it right now. The whole soundtrack is great. But as they're releasing Golden, okay, and they're going through this, we then go down into the demon realm. And that's where we meet the giant hellmouth of fire, Gima, the king of the demons. We see all the different demons. I do love how all the different demons, like how they look. It's all super sick. I would like a few more that looked slightly more grotesque, but I get wanting like a little bit of unity in it all. Like there was a few, like, you know, I did like a lot of the concept art of like what the Sacha boys would look like, and they're still in their demon forms and they looked like absolute disturbed slugs. It was really cool. That could have been cool, but that's just me. I love, like I said, a fucked up little freak. And that's where we meet Jinu. Jinu, who sings, and we don't know his name yet, but there's a tiger walks out with him looking really scary and glowy. Okay. So he can go and talk with Guima and technically like insult him. He's like, I let you keep your voice and you use it to insult me, because he sings like this like little song. It's so good. It's such a good taunt. It's such a good scene. I do think a full version of this song, just saying, would be sick, super scary. And he's like, we need a new strategy. Letting a few demons out to try and take out the hunters is clearly not working. We need a new strategy. We need to go after the very thing that powers the Han moon, the fans. The theory is that destroying the Han moon, too many tears will be opening up that the demon hunters will kind of be like too busy dealing with the demons to like keep powering the Han moon so that they can destroy it. And then the demons can walk free. And so that's where Jinu shares his brilliant plan. A demon boy band, the Saja Boys. And he has 4 other demons with him that they apparently have been training. It's so good. Just the concept, because Jinu, as they said, Jinu is the only one that got to keep his real voice, it seems. And so the other demons, and we see this throughout the movie, the other Saja boys, which we'll go through their names in a second, basically turn into like low-key lifeless zombies when they are not performing for the fans. It seems like either they are either super old or they are recently turned zombies, and Jinu is just controlling them, and this is, or Gima is controlling them, which we know Gima is controlling them, but that's the whole thing. That's like just demons, you know, I keep doing zombies. But like they are basically just serving the purpose. And some people are like, oh no, they're just tired because of X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, there could be that. But I also do just think that they are serving the purpose. And that's why we don't get more of the rest of the Saja boys. A lot of the complaints about K-pop Demon Hunters is that we did not get real character arcs for Mira and Zoe or the rest of the Saja boys. We don't really know much more about them. We got Roomie and Jinu. That's who we got most of, which is understandable. But I do think that in the context of the movie that we got, I think that makes the most sense. But also, I don't think we're supposed to ever get anything more for the Saja boys as they were in this movie. Basically, the Saja boys were just tools and, you know, archetypes for Jinu to enact his plan of destroying the Han moon and getting what he wants, which he wants, if he succeeds, for Gima to take away his memories of when he was human. He's 400 years old and they still torment him because that's kind of the whole point of being a demon. You have to suffer for all of eternity. Roomie is losing her voice, and it's not just because she's overworked. Roomie, we find out during Golden, okay, when they're showing us Golden, Roomie is half demon. Roomie has patterns. That's the thing that they use to identify demons when they are pretending to be humans, is patterns. Roomie has them mostly on her arms and along her torso, basically, is what we see. We find out that Celine knows, the one who raised her, and we find out that her father was a demon, and that's one of the ways, we don't know details, but we know that that's partially why her mother is dead, is because her father is a demon. So Celine raised her, and she just tells her, cover those up, keep them hidden. Once you turn the Hanmoon gold, they will go away. All demons are bad. You are a hunter. You are not a demon. Okay. And so Roomie has been very much separating herself from Zoe and Mira for a lot of things. Even though they all love each other and they are all fighting for the same goals, they do not know that she is half demon. Okay. And so she has been like hiding herself away. And like I said, I love a closet metaphor. I just do. I love a closet metaphor, guys. I'm sorry, okay? It's so good. So Roomie believes, because they believe, that her marks, since she will be on this side of the Hanmoon and she will be helping to make the Hanmoon gold, that her marks will go away and the demon part of her will be gone forever if they turn the Hanmoon gold. Because, again, I think the Hanmoon's always gold, chat. I do think, I know there's debate. I do think the Hanmoon is, once they make the Hanmoon gold, it's going to turn gold forever. Okay, that's the whole point. It's like it's sealed, it's done, finito. It's kind of interesting because she's like struggling. She's losing her voice. And we believe it's because she's overworked. And that's why she's pushing herself so hard, because she thinks she's so close. She's so close to getting rid of the pattern. She's so close to being fully human. And so when she is training, she realizes that the marks, her patterns, are moving up her neck. And she believes that that's what's hurting her voice. Okay. And that I thought that was kind of cool. Like the demon part of her was trying to like stop her from shutting herself out. Like in some things, I don't think that's necessarily what they was going with. I think it was just like physical body strain resulting in like a physical pattern change. But she attributed it to like, I need to hide this. So she flees. They don't perform Golden as they were supposed to. And so they're like, it's okay, we'll do the Idol Awards. And they have to do the Idol Awards because that strengthens the Hanmoon for the year. Like, let's get you rest. Let's get you some help. So they go to find tonics. And in the tonic office, they show a bunch of images of like different groups that have worked with like this doctor, okay, to like help with their voices and stuff. And there is a group of 4 idols, it looks like, that look a little bit, some people have said, like the Saja Boys in the way that they were focused on a lot. So one theory about the Saja Boys, for the rest of the Saja Boys, is that the reason they are zombies is because they kind of are, but Jinwoo needed a group that was already like successful or talented, and so he got their souls so that they could, you know, have fame and fortune, but they're also demons, you know? So it's like, yeah, you get to live your dreams, but you are a shell of your former self. Horrible, dark, love it. That's when we are introduced to the Saja Boys. Let's go through all of them. So we have Jinwoo, obviously, okay? Frontman, leader. Then we have Baby Saja. Baby Saja is the baby face. That's all we know. His only real line is goo goo gaga, other than singing. He also he's the rapper. He has the deepest voice of the group. We have Romance Saja, whose whole thing is that his hair is literally like heart-shaped, and he's like flirting with the crowd, okay? We have Abby, as in Ab Saja. His whole personality trait is that he has abs. And that's how we are introduced to the Saja Boys, is him flexing and popping the buttons on his shirt so that it hits Zoe in the face. And so their eyes turn into corn because they're like, look like abs. And then it turns into popcorn. So then they have popcorn eyes because they're like, oh my God, they're so hot. Okay. And Roomie's like, you guys are being crazy. There's also Mystery Saja, who we only see this part of his face because his hair is covering his eyes. Zoe is obsessed with him. And also that ship is growing on me. The fan art is getting to me. I love a freak as in demon and then a freak as in human. That's a fun pairing. Okay. And then we have Jinwoo, but Roomie's like, no, like you guys are being ridiculous. And then she sees Jinwoo and it's like Love Actually plays from The Business Proposal. Soda Pop is a song about how you're my little soda pop, gotta drink every drop, because they're demons and they're gonna eat your souls. We know that, but like they don't know that. The girls realize as they're dancing that they're demons. Zoe's like, they're magicians. I mean demons. And Jinwoo's like making looks at Roomie, okay, messing with her. And they're like, we can't kill them here. It's too public. There's a whole like, let's play games with us, you know, whole thing. The girls come, they put on an all leather outfit with like tassels and shit to go defeat the demons. Because you got to put on your bad bitch look when you're going to go, you know, kill some hot boys, I guess. As they are performing though, as the Saja Boys are getting in popularity, It's working. My understanding is that once the fans switch from the Huntrix fans to the Saja Boy fans, they are no longer really under the protection of the Han Moon, so that when there's a tear, the demons it's easier for them to eat the souls of fans. And so people start going missing. It's crazy, actually, okay? But they do a whole Let's Game with us. Jinwoo clocks them immediately and like tries to get the Huntrix girls to like come down so that they're now publicly linked, okay? Which fans would be losing their minds over. So they hunt down them and into a bathhouse, and they're like, you followed us in here. There's water demons. It's a whole thing. As Zoe and Mira are going after the water demons, the rest of the Saja boys dip out, okay? And Jinwoo takes off. Roomie takes off after him, and they start fight flirting. It's not really fight flirting, but you know what it is. Okay? In that he's kind of fucking with her, and she's trying to kill him. I eat that up, but he scratches her with his claws and tears off her suit on her arm, and that's where he sees her patterns. And she freaks out because the wall breaks, and Mira and Zoe are like, Roomie, we need you. Where are you? And they are turning, but she covers her arm. And so then Jinwoo like does the slow-mo romantic lead move number 6, okay, and spins her. And while he had done that, he had tied off a part of her arm so that it's covered. And then this is my favorite scene for the fighting, I'm telling you, because she locks in, comes in. It's such a good fight sequence. It's so good. I can't even explain it properly to you. Watch this movie. Then we meet Derpie and Sussy. Sussy is a bird in a hat with 3 eyes. That's very unimpressed all the time. Derpie is a tiger that looks terrifying. However, Derpie only has 1 brain cell, and the bird took it. Roomie like immediately squares up, and Derpie knocks over a flower pot, and then is distracted by the fact that Derpie can knock things over, and then just starts getting... It's so good. However, Derpie and Sussy, those are Jinwoo's pets. They came because Jinwoo wants to meet Roomie. And she's like, absolutely not. But she goes, tries to kill him. It's a whole thing. I don't want to give you too much more of this plot. I'm trying to think of what I can tell you about this movie because it's just so good. I should also say overall, we got some more songs in there. There's song Takedown. There's Free. I'm not telling you about Free. You have to discover Free on your own time. I do think that Free versus the ending that we got, diabolical. Also, K-Pop Demon Hunters subscribes to the ancient rule of when you have a musical, which is that your villain song should go the hardest of your soundtrack. Your idol is so disrespectfully bopping. It's such an earworm. I do think that this is where we need to have music get to a good point of, forget optimizing things for TikTok. Your song should either be fighting the forces of evil or straight up trying to raise hell. Those should be the 2 moods you go into music with now. If you are really trying to be like, I'm gonna be a commercial artist, I'm gonna make art for the sake of being popular and viral, those should be your two metrics, okay? Hit those buttons. Hit the... That's what I want from my recession pop going forward, okay? Spoilers, because I want to talk more about what I want from the rest of this movie. It's so good. It's so well done. The costuming, even people that like only talk about like costumes in like live action movies are talking about the costuming and the styling in this animated movie. It's so good. It's so well done. It's very fun. I like it a lot. Okay? Okay. You're going to go watch this movie. And if you haven't watched this movie yet, leave now. Goodbye. I want to talk about things that I want in a sequel or 80 other TV shows. Okay? Okay. Jinwoo is alive. I've decided. Anarchy disagrees, but Anarchy only disagrees because she thinks it would be funny to see me suffer. She thinks it would be funny if he just never comes up again and they all just have to suffer and all the demons are dead. Han Moon didn't turn gold, though. And also, she didn't realize that when Jinwoo gave Roomie his soul, it went into her sword, and that's why her sword looks sick as fuck now, okay? Anarchy did not realize that. Therefore, Anarchy is wrong, and I am correct. Jinwoo has the ability to live. I'm fine with the other Saja boys not being alive. However, it would be cool if they just went back to hell and then were able to come back. I like the concept of other demons in the demon realm because they all love the Saja boys. They were so gagged. I do like the ideas of them being like, okay, well, surely we can do this too. That's how close we got to defeating the Han Moon. Jinwoo was just wrong. We can do this better. So I want a bunch of like knockoff demon boy bands popping up that are just like horrible. Okay. And the girls have to decide which ones they want to deal with and which ones they don't. I do think an element would be actually really cool going forward is a demon that is basically like just a hater, like a hater anti-Page. Like, that is something that they weren't prepared for, was demons actually going after the fans in like the YouTube commentary style of things. I'm not even kidding. Like, someone who's just like, actually, I'm a blogger, and the Huntrix girls, evil, awful. They killed the Saja boys. Like, full on like Twitter bot style of hating via a demon, I think would be something that they would just not know how to deal with. I do think that would be cool. I also do like the idea of an actual fan element, like actual human fans, okay, that are still obsessed with the Saja boys, and they are like, actually, I have decided that that was not just a marketing ploy for Huntrix. These are, the girls killed them. I'm going to resurrect them. And then that's how they come back, because there's a fan organization that is just like resurrecting the Saja boys. And they come back all fucked up even further. I think that would be cool. That's dark. Obviously, we need more for Zoe and Mira, just because, obviously, Zoe and Mystery is growing on me, and then Baby's just kind of there. Mira Mabby, less attached to, but I do find it very funny. Okay, I also do think Mira's a lesbian, but that's just because I'm me. An intro scene that I talked about this on TikTok. I want the next movie, if it's just a movie, I want it to open with Derpie. Just straight. Oh yeah, they're coming back because Derpie and Sussy were at the end above the comeback sign. I think that Genu means Genu is somewhat alive, maybe a shell of himself, who knows? Maybe it's amnesia, I don't know. Could be messed up, could be dark, could be fun, I don't know. I also like the idea of something happening like with the fan element of things. The boys before could just go back to the demon realm, but something happened where they can't go back. Maybe they're humanoid now, maybe they did turn the Han Moon gold, and now it's like, hey, actually we're stuck here now. But we're also not demons anymore, so it'd be super cool if you could like help us learn how to be people, because we don't know what we're doing. Because like I said, they were shells of themselves, and so they have to move all of the Saja boys into the girls' tower, and they have to teach them how to like brush their teeth and not growl at people and shit. I also think that would be more conducive to a TV show, but that's just me, okay? But for sequel, at the very least, I want this movie to open right here. Scene, Derpie, big eyes, just looking right at the camera. And then in the background, we just see his eyes kind of going back and forth. And it's Zoe arguing with Sussy, the bird. Because Genu did not make the bird the hat. Sussy's in a hat. It was for Derpie, but the bird keeps taking it. I think Zoe would be told about that from Roomie. Like, Roomie would be like, yeah, he said he made the hat for Derpie, but the bird keeps taking it. And I think that Zoe would be very determined, because she obviously loves Derpie. She's wearing his face on her shirt at the end of the movie. I do think she would very much want to see what that would look like with the hat on Derpie. And so she would be trying to negotiate with Sussy because she respects Sussy. Obviously, Sussy's crazy. I feel like we can sense the deviousness off of Sussy. And so I feel like Zoe, another fellow devious person, would see that, okay, and would be like, you need to give the hat to him. I do think that would be really funny. Like her negotiating with a bird. That's just kind of staring at her. Celine is a psycho. There's some scrapped concept art of Roomie being like, why did you kill my mother, to Celine? Roomie clearly does not know this, it seems. I'm assuming it was an accident with trying to kill the demon, and like Roomie's mom jumped in front, something like that. I don't know. Accidentally kills her friends and her Sunlight sister, okay? Maybe that's why the third Sunlight sister we don't see. She's not around. However, I do like the idea of her coming back and being like, what the fuck have you done to these girls? Dating a demon, who cares? We all did it. It was the 90s. Like, she just happened to have a kid with one. I think something like that would be really funny. I need Mira and Zoe to pull up on Celine, actually. I do think, like, Roomie's like, oh, I'm gonna just stay home and rest. Okay, no problem. And then, like, Zoe and Mira go on a little road trip to Celine to be like, so what did you do to her? You told her we wouldn't love her. You told her we wouldn't understand. What? I really like that. Bobby either already knows about demons or he finds out. Genu is alive because I said so. The other Saja boys I would like to see. I don't want a redemption arc. I want more characterization. I want a rounding out of the characters. That's what I want. It's not a redemption arc. I'm cool with them being evil. That'd be sick as hell, actually. I would like to see how that would look. But I do want them to have more agency, and I would like at least one of them to be like, yeah, I don't really want to be a demon. I don't really want to be a K-pop idol. Actually, I kind of just want to like draw and shit, you know? Did you know that there's a bunch of different sodas in the human realm? That's really cool, actually. I actually really like soda pop. That's my passion. Like, I think something like that would be really funny. Oh, one of the Saja boys comes back and they're like, oh my God, the Saja boys. We've heard the Saja boys are coming back. One was spotted. And so they go to find the Saja boys and she's like, oh my God, it must be Jinyu. And it's not, it's fucking Baby or something. And Baby's just kind of an asshole. Like, you did this. Anyways, that's really going to be it. This was just a rambling long video and William's going to be annoyed at me. But that's okay because I got to talk about K-pop Demon Hunters and I need a bajillion and one more of these movies and shows and better merch. Please, for the love of God, better merch. Sony, I expect you to fix this if Netflix does something dumb. Did you watch K-pop Demon Hunters? Did I convince you to watch K-pop Demon Hunters? What's your favorite song on the soundtrack? Who is your bias? Let me know. Comment down below. Reminder, I stream on Twitch. My Swell Entertainment is now available on Spotify. Reminder to check out Girly Pop Go for more car and motorsport content. Shout out to my channel members who'd also like to join me on channel memberships. You can go ahead and click join down below. If you'd like to follow me on all social media, that'll be all up here. And that's going to be Have a Lovely Day. Happy fans, happy how on moon. You're my soda pop, my little soda pop. Bye.